girls, welcome back to Monday's episode of Eastenders, the 12th of February 2018. Today it is 15th of February 2018 and it's Thursday. So let's just get into it, shall we? Alright, 12th of February, looking on Daily Motion because they usually put a lot on there. And it's the return of Max Brannan this week. So I'm doing this week's now while I'm uploading last week's last episode, which was the 9th of February 2018, which I've uploaded now. Who's spying on Martin Fowler, eh? So we've got that girl who works on the storefront, who's friends with Jay. She's getting one of those eviction notices to get evicted at the house because Jay and Ben were supposed to be, I think they were supposed to be living there as a temporary accommodation or something, and they can't find anywhere else, so that she's just hiding in there from them because she don't want to get thrown out. But some guy kept banging on the door and stuff, and then just like put an eviction notice through the door or something, so they want them gone. Then we've got Robbie at the moment cleaning up the street. He's one of those street sweepers, so he's just seen Max, who's his uncle, and he's just seen him putting some flowers down by the gate to do with Abby and all that. Abby Brannan, who had got killed just before Christmas, or actually it was on Christmas Day when she fell off the roof, due to Max Brannan again, who actually basically not killed her, but started her from getting killed. So basically he actually prolonged it, to be honest, because she came up there with Lauren to stop their father from jumping off the roof because he was about to commit suicide and kill himself because he was getting depressed because everyone was at him and all this kind of shit going on in Albert Square. A lot of stuff going on at the moment, but Max being back now is going to be a significant role for him this time because he's still got to overcome the funeral, which is yet to come. But I think this is the one where they end up like hiding the funeral or pretending the funeral is already finished. But Robbie in this one wants Max to move some of the flowers out of the way because of health and safety. And Max is like looking at him. You for real, mate? Are you fucking for real? He's giving him that like dirty look and all that, saying, "Oh, my daughter's is dead, and her funeral's coming up, and you want me to fucking shift her flowers out the way so it makes him more happier to keep the health and safety going on the street." So he's thinking, you can go and fuck right off. And then he's patting him on the shoulder now to Max, patting Max on the shoulder, and he goes, "Of course not, mate. Of course not." And now he's apologising. Yeah, because he don't want to get lumped. And now, he's seeing Billy now. He's wondering when Abby's funeral is. He said, and then he said, "There's only a few flowers out there." And he said, "Oh, she deserves more than this." He said, "It's only been a few weeks." And Billy's just told him, he says, "Oh, I don't work at the parlour no more," and stuff. Basically, he said, "Don't work there no more." He said, Jay's in charge now, he said. And then he's looking at a picture. Now, Jay's in now, talking to Donna. He's trying to see if she's there. He's knocking on the door. And she's hidden herself away by the looks of it, or locked herself in there. she's not letting herself out of the room by the looks of it, and OJ's looking around. He's noticed something, a parcel. To Dad, love from Abby. So so Abby must have left Max something, a present or something, before she went off. And then we've got Vincent telling Denise's sister to go a bit easy on the money, because he said he hasn't got much. Oh, some flowers outside, and they're addressed to him. TikTok on it. That's from Aiden, by the way, because he wants his money. Oh, and he's hiding the TikTok, and his wife has just looked at his big bunch of flowers, and she thinks, oh, Vincent's bought them for her, but he hasn't. And then she goes, "Oh, you're alright," she says to Vincent sometimes and all that. And she's got that like sort of happy face because she doesn't know what's going on in his mind at the moment. Why is he keeping all these secrets from her and all that? And what is the secret that he's hiding from her? That is what she wants to get to find out. And she's wondering why, because he's going off. And she said it's a day off. And she's looking a bit happy with herself. Then we got Max telling Jay why is the hold up and all that on Abby's funeral. And he said, "What is it?" And he said, "It can't be any worse." He said, "Seeing my daughter in the morgue and stuff lying there." And he said he hasn't got the paperwork to act. And now he's saying that Tanya sent OJ the death certificate. And he says she would have told him everything. But I think basically the whole story is, I think they're lying to him about the funeral, so he doesn't go to his like daughter's funeral. And he's pissed off at the moment. He's angry. And he said he's going to see what Tanya's got to say about it. And he's saying, to Jay that he must be over his head and he's a bit stupid and all that. So he hasn't got a clue what he's doing. Oh, Jay is saying how sorry he is, but I think he's lying to Max about it because he doesn't want to let him know that they basically don't want Max at all to the funeral, to his own daughter's funeral. Then we've got Vincent. Well, actually, Aiden phoning Vincent. He said, "Oh, this is just a friendly message," he said. But he said, Vince is saying to Aiden, he said, "I don't want you near me or my family," he's going. But Aiden says to him, "Oh, if you want me out of your life," he said, "you know exactly what to do and stuff," basically to give him the money. But he's saying working on it, he said. Oh, Vincent's working on it, he said. Then we've got Mr. Masood trying to create those foods of his. I think is it the his foods, because he's trying. I think he's trying to open up the argy bargy and all that. I know the uncle saying about how delicious it looks and all that. He said I didn't know how many batches you're going to be sending. He said you're going to be sending a lot of them, of his samosas, because he's supposed to be doing a whole batch of samosas. So he's giving Mr. Masood some encouragement to say, "Oh, yeah, very good, very and all that, very nice, and it looks very tasty and all of that." And was it? Oh, Jack is just, I don't know why, he seems like he's hiding something as well. Oh, hang on, it's freezing up here. And on. See if I can reload that set. Is it still record? Yeah, still recording. Yeah, there we go. Hang on. That's weird. I was trying to find out where Tanya's working at the moment in Exeter and all that. He says he's trying to find out where her gaff is. And then Jack said, "Oh, she's arranging the funeral, her daughter's funeral." And he said, "Oh, Forza, no. Oh, Tanya could be using a different funeral directors and all that." Oh, and then he said, "Oh, that's what OJ said and all that." So, I think he's trying to work out that they're trying to do it behind his back. And he's wondering if he's been talking to him and all that. And he said he wants to know what's going on. And he said, "Oh, Tanya, do right by her daughter and all that, Abby and all that for her funeral." And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "I'm her dad," he goes. And now Jack's saying to him to sort a pile of all the crap and stuff all out on the shelf. And he goes, "Oh, sort that out then," he goes. He said, "That's all Abby's," he said. He said, "I know it's not the same as arranging a funeral, but he said it might help him." Oh, no, he wants, Vincent wants to pull out of selling his, like, pub and all that. His little bar there. And he said he wants it done within a couple weeks tops, he says, to the woman he's supposed to be selling it to. So he wants her to sort all out. Then we've got Max sorting some letters out of Abby's. Oh, he's found a parcel by the looks of it. And he's opening it up. What's he found? Oh, it's a little picture frame of with a twinkle on it, it says. Wishing upon a star and all that. So he's getting all emotional now at seeing the picture frame. I think that's what she's supposed to have bought of him or something for his birthday. Oh, and then we've got Mr. Masood with his samosas sent to Robbie. He said, "We're back," he said, "in business," he said. So he's going to start selling them. He said to tend to start spreading the word, but he said just to keep it down and stuff, because he said he don't, because he's doing it underneath the fish shop, really. Because he's working for Ian at the moment, and Ian's mum, Kathy Beale, he's working in the fish shop area, but he's selling them under the counter. It feels like one of those dealers, to be honest, where he's doing it under the desk. Oh, and now he's saying to Kathy now, Mr. Masood, he says, oh, he said, okay, boss, he said, you're the he says, I'm the man, he said, and all that. He said, I'll be helping you and stuff. Oh, she says she's sticking there today, and he goes, oh, perfect, it's blown his sort of operation he's doing. Now we've got, then we've got, oh, Max seeing his granddaughter, who's in one of those sort of like little machines, and he says to the nurse, oh, how is she and all that, and she says she's very good. And he said he wants to take a photo, and he said she said if he wants to he can have a little cuddle and all that with the baby. Oh, Abby's baby. Now we got Vincent just walked in, and she's getting Mrs. Taylor, by the looks of it, to clean up the place. And Vincent's walked in on it, on Kim, trying to arrange it, saying it's her new cleaner. Saying oh, Karen's basically an independent cleaner. Now he wants to have a word with Kim in private, because he wants to know what she's doing. And he said, we've been talking about this, about tying our belts, basically saving a lot of money. And then he said, she said, oh, you said no agency. He said you didn't say anything about cleaners. And then she wants to know how tight he's going. But he said temporary until he starts his new business. But he hasn't told her yet, and he's got to tell her at some point that he's lost everything. Now some woman's having a talk on him. She's blaming the lawyers or something that he's not got the money because he's lost it. Oh, he's knocked all the flowers on the floor. I know Kim thought those flowers were for her, but he's got to explain now that everything they've earned and built up from scratch, the whole place, is just going to go down the drain now. It's all gone. They've got nothing left. Then we've got Max again, holding the baby and all that, his granddaughter. And he said it'd take all the time he needs. And then we've got old Robbie talking to his new girlfriend. And they're looking at some Valentine's stuff. And he's saying to Donna, he said about red roses, if they can't get him in the street and all that house, how are they going to do it? Apparently they ain't got no red roses, and so basically she's going to come up with her own sort of designable ones, red roses. So she's going to paint them. I think it's the one where she ends up painting them. Then we got Donna giving Robbie a present to give to Max and all that from Abby, which she had for him for Christmas and all that, but she didn't give it him in time because due to her accident and then her death following. Oh, now we've got Mr. Masood having a talk with that girl, one of the tailor's daughter, and saying to him if they want to make 5 times the amount of money. I think he wants to sell his samosas and stuff, but he probably wants to hand them out. Then we've got Vincent saying he's a bit stressed because Kim said, "Oh, there's more to what you're not telling me and all that." And he goes, "No, I'm just a bit stressed and all that because he's been a bit cranky and stuff." He's been a bit cranky because Aidan wants his money and he's going to do anything he can to get the revenge that he wants, but he wants the revenge through the money, and if he don't get the revenge through the money, then he's just going to try and hunt down their family and just probably end up killing them, won't he? Yeah. So, yeah. Definitely a bad man. And she said, "Oh, why do I feel like I'm on a need-to-know basis?" she said to Vincent. But now he's telling her to trust him and all that. Now he says he's got to go again now, apparently. And she goes, "Oh, you're going again?" She said, "Where to this time?" Now he's got he's patting his little pearl on the head. Oh, she's saying to little pearl, she said, "Oh, Daddy likes to play games." Well, what kind of games? Oh, she said, "Oh, Mummy can play games too as well." Oh, of course she can, she says. Of course she can. Oh, we've got Max again coming through the door. We've got Honey doing something at the moment. Doing some cupcakes by the looks of it. Samsung, it was supposed to be him. He's got to pick her up. And he's phoning Jack up because he wants to know what's going on. Oh, knock at the door. Hang on. So Max is opening the door. Who is it? Oh, it's Robbie. I was giving him the parcel, a little bag, gold bag with a parcel on it, with Abby on it. I know Max wants to know where he got it from. Oh, alright, so basically, Mr. Masood is basically told the girls, he's paid the 2 girls pretend that she's been sick or her friend's been sick and been food poisoned so he can take over the place. I think, and say that Kathy tried to poison the 2 girls or something. Oh, there we go. Oh, now little Tiffany's after the money because he's paying Tiffany the money to try and set Kathy up so he can sell his samosas under the table. Oh. And then we've got Tiffany after Hunter by the looks of it. Oh, and she's giving him a stare down like she's after him. And now it's oh, we've got Jane now. And Billy. Oh, Billy coming over to Jay, calling out to him and all that. Because Jay was having a bit of trouble with some person at the front, and Billy's saying, "Oh, it's always hard." He said, "Even the ones if you don't even know and stuff." Oh, Billy said, "I could give you a hand if you like," because he wants his job back, really. And OJ said, "Oh, it's probably not best to," he said. He said, see him on temporary manager. And then Billy's like, oh yeah, okay, he goes. And then he goes, Billy's going to him, he said, oh, you're pretty cool, you're pretty good, he said. And then OJ's like saying to him, oh, well, I had a good teacher and all that kind of stuff, so... And then he's patting him on the back and all that, and he's going back in now, OJ. Oh, and now we've got, Max opening up Abby's present, and on it, it says world's best dad on it. That was her Christmas present to him. And he said, oh, she bought me one of these last time and stuff. He said, I think it was Father's Day, he goes. He said he used to drink everything out of it. And he said he didn't deserve her. He failed as a father, he said, way before he went on top of the roof and all that. And he said his granddaughter ain't gonna know her mum now, assuming she's dead. He said it was through him. His fault. So he's blaming himself. He said living with regret though, Robbie said. He said it ain't easy. But he said there is a light at the end of the tunnel though. He said you think it's easy to mend things, he said, when you've got other people helping you. Oh, so Vincent up to now, he's having a drink, pouring 2 drinks out. Who's the second drink for though? Or are they both for him? Then we got Robbie buying some food and a drink for Donna. Oh yeah, and she's got some white roses round the back. And Robbie's like saying to her, you do realise they're not red roses, don't you? And she goes, yeah. And she said, yeah, there ain't roses either. And she said they're cheap as chips as well. And she needs all the penny for the rent. And then she said, like the plants of the colours of a different colour of a plant. She said it just smells just as good. And then she's like, says that, and he goes, oh, you do know that it's not going to be the same though. And then she goes, whatever. I think she's got her plan coming up. Oh, what's Mr. Masood doing? Oh, I think Kathy's caught him red-handed at what he's doing. That he's been selling stuff because he's been giving the customers other stuff but putting them underneath. And he's telling the customers to tell him what he thinks of his samosas. Oh. Then we've got Vincent. Aiden's just turned up. And Vincent's saying to Aiden, he said it's all sorted and all that, all sorted. He said he sold it and he said you'll get your money, he said. He goes, oh, that's grand, he goes. He said, when? He said, lawyers there, he goes. He says, oh, I'm glad it's sorted. He said, we can't have all these things hanging all over me, he said. Oh, he said, oh, I should be off now, he said. Oh, Vince is saying now. Oh, he wants him to have one for old time's sake. A drink. So he's opening up the place for him. The Albert. But I think this is where Aiden beats the shit out of him. And then gets his big boy to hold him down and shit. Now we've got old Billy saying to Max, he said, oh, he's sorry that he couldn't do any more for him and all that this morning, he said. And Max is saying, oh, it's alright, he said, it's alright. Oh, and now he said, now that Abby's at the funeral parlour now, he said it should be alright now for old Billy's now. He's just opened his mouth because they all lied to him saying she wasn't there. Now he's pissed, now he's walking off, now he's storming off. Now we've got Aiden saying, oh, very well. He said, you've done pretty good. He says, it's very good to have something to fall back on, he's saying to Vincent. Especially so when you're in a pickle and you murdered someone of next to kin. He said, oh, back to denial, he said. Because old Vincent said, oh, I didn't kill anybody, he goes. And he said, you were making such good progress. Now Vincent said, oh, I'm giving you what you want, and he goes. But Aiden's like, I'm a very patient man. But he said, 4 weeks, he said, anything can happen, Aiden said. And he wants to know what he wants. A gesture of goodwill. Oh. Oh, a bank transfer. Whatever you have, he said. And he said, I'm not greedy, he said. Oh, he said, no. He said, we had a deal. He said, I stuck to it. He said, the end. Oh, now Aiden's hit them with his little walking stick. Must be hard or heavy. He goes, I guess you don't understand English, he said. Oh. Oh, I know Vincent said, oh, I'm better with numbers, he said. And he says, I remember, he said, we're square, he goes. Oh, now he's having a fight with his bodyguard now. And they're holding him down. And oh, Aiden said, oh, I can't hear you. And he said 3. Ooh. And Aiden said, oh, if you don't start listening to me and don't do what I tell you. He said, you won't be able to count up to 3. Oh, now Vincent's looking a bit pissed off. He says, should we give this another try, oh, Aiden's saying. My God. So he said, we'll give this another try, shall we? He goes. Oh, now Max has come walking into the funeral parlour and said, where's my daughter? He said. He said, where is she? He's saying to Jay. And where is it? He said, oh, is she through here? He said. He said, oh, it was Tanya's idea. I was walked into another room with another dead body. So basically they've been lying to him and all that. Oh, and now we've got Mr. Masood come back with his auntie and uncle who's sitting down at the table. And Mr. Masood is saying to him, oh, he says, I'm going to be fired, he said. And then he said, oh, he says, I was working in the fish shop. And he said, oh, Kathy didn't know that he was selling samosas and stuff, so basically lied to her. He didn't give permission, or get permission off her. He said, yeah, I know, I'm a failure. Now they're giving him a disgusted look on him. Basically disappointed in him. Now we've got Vincent walking back, battered up and stuff, like he's been hurt. Obviously he's been beaten up. Now Kim's there working out some bills and all that. He said that she's had to get some extra bits for Pearl and all that. And now Vincent's looking a bit upset. No problem. Oh, and she said, oh, it's not going to be a problem, is it? And he said, this is a problem. He said, it's not a game. And saying to Kim why she wasn't listening, shouting at her now. But she said she would if he was talking to her and tells her what's going on and all that. And she says she wants honesty. Now he's saying to her, there's no money, there's no new business. He's lost the Albert, no money for Pearl. He said they're broke. Then we got back to Jay and Max, and Jay's got him a cup of tea by the looks of it, or coffee or something. And then he's telling Jay, said that Billy told him that his daughter Abby was there. He said he feels like everyone's trying to cut him out. Oh, he's telling Max to go now to get some sleep. But he wants to say goodbye properly, he said. Oh, and Lauren's turned up now and said, why don't we all go home and all that. But he said he's sitting down because he wants to sort the funeral out. And Jack's there as well. And saying Lauren's tired. He said, oh, he wants his daughter to do it together. And he's showing Lauren that Abby put in one of these picture frames and all that for his Christmas present. And she's telling him to stop it and all that, talking about her. And she's lying there saying the funeral's already happened. And he goes, what are you talking about? He says, what are you talking about? And she said, it's done. Oh, so they're lying now. Oh, this is where the lies kick in now. So he's going to be pissed now that his daughter has been buried without his consent. So that's going to be pissing him off now. Right, so yeah. Anyway, guys, I guess that was the end of that episode. If you enjoyed the video, do like, favourite, share, comment, subscribe. Cheers all for watching. Stay safe. This has been for Monday the 12th of February 2018. I've been Anthony Kenneth Bishop. This has been my channel. This has been my YouTube videos. And this has been the Eastenders episode. And today it is Thursday the 15th of February 2018. I'm going to be uploading this one straight away as soon as I've done this one. Anyway, you all stay safe and have a good day, guys and girls.